I walked out in the streets of Laredo, as I walked out in Laredo one day, Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm the Ukulele Fool. Let's do as a classic cowboy song. Streets of Laredo. I'm going to go over the chords. I'm going to go over the strumming pattern very quickly, and then there is a play along at the end. I'm also going to throw in a little bit of a history nerd section, so let's do it. There are timestamps down below for each of these sections. Pick the one that you need for your ukulele journey. The chords. You need a G that goes to a C chord. If your G feels a little funky, you might be middle finger dominant rather than index finger dominant. And I have discovered that those people that have middle finger dominance do better if they reach over to the C string with their middle finger, index string on the A string, and then of course the ring finger has to go on the E. The nice thing about it is you have to go from a G to a D, and when you do that, this finger can stay in place and you just rotate around. That's not how I play my G, and so if you're like me, an index finger dominant, then you just kind of have to shift it all there. G is a chord where your hand is up more towards the headstock, because in order to get these fingers all on the second fret, and the D is also all on the second fret, so you're up against your headstock to do that. You also need an E minor for this song. I think of it as a ladder, so it kind of stacks up along there. You also have to go from a D to an E minor, and that requires a hand shift. If you're playing your D like this and your hand is up towards the headstock, you're going to want to rotate down, see my thumb and whole hand coming down, so that you can do the E minor chord, because you need to bring your hand so that it's perpendicular to the fretboard. So from D, and it's a shift to E minor. I suggest that if that is not fluent for you, just spend some time going back and forth, a couple minutes every day, and soon you will be fluent at it. From the E minor, you have to go to an A minor. Now, I normally play my A minor with my middle finger, but you don't have to. In fact, you can play your E minor and just reach over with your index finger for the A minor, and then you've got to go from the A minor to a D, so this finger's already in place. So give that a try, because a lot of times chords, how you finger them depends on where you're going and where you're coming from. So try that, just reaching over with your index finger, and then you'll be right ready for the D chord. Last but not least, you're going to need a C chord for this, and the G goes to a C, and then you go back to a G, and I hope you're really familiar with that chord transition. It'll make this song a lot easier. This song is in 3. What does that mean? Well, beats of music are packaged into nice, tidy little groups, and we hear those groups because there's generally an emphasis on 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So when we say it moves in 3, it's like a waltz time. So this song, you're going to need a nice strong down strum on 1, and then 2 and 3 and. So 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and. I would like to challenge you to try a fancy picking and strumming pattern. That's what I'm going to be doing. It's a pluck C and then strum. So if you're on a G, on your G chord, it's pluck, down, up, pluck, down, up, pluck, down, up, pluck, down, up. You can make it even fancier, and I find myself almost reflexively doing this. I'm also throwing in a pluck on the A string, and I'm going pluck, down, up, A, pluck, down, A, pluck. So pluck, down, up, down, pluck, pluck, down, up, pluck, pluck, down, up. So those are 3 different options that you have for strumming. I'm going to play the easiest one first. then single pluck, and then the double pluck. And we're just kind of going through the intro to the song. Here we go. Down, down, up, and I'll say that all the way along. 1, 2, 3, ready, begin. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. If I'm going too fast for you, please slow it down, either using YouTube controls, or my favorite is using Google Chrome's video speed controller. This is the Pluck C, down, up, pluck, down, up, pluck, down, up. I'll do this even a little bit more slowly. 1, 2, 3, ready, begin. Pluck, down, up, 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 pluck, down, up. Now I'm going to do the pick and pluck, except for I can't help you with the words. I trip up over them, and it's more complicated than helpful, I think. So I'm just going to do it really slowly. 1, 2, 3, ready, begin. That would probably take some while to work out, but I love the sound of it. Let me know what you think. If you're appreciating my slow, deliberate style of teaching, I invite you to come join us on Patreon. We have a growing community there and lots of rewards and benefits. I'm going to link a video down below that tells you about what I'm offering through Patreon. Come join us. I really would enjoy working with you more closely. Just a quick history nerd section. This song is like maybe what you would call a genre of a type of song. You have basically a person that's dying, and usually they're dying because of bad behavior, and they're trying to sort of warn somebody else that might be in similar trouble not to do what they have done. St. James Infirmary is one of those songs. It's probably one of the most popular, and I love Cab Calloway's version of it in the Betty Boop movie. So I'll put a link to that down below too. So a lot of times that these songs that came from England or Europe, they have a sexual disease component. Yeah. So the indications that a person's dying of syphilis is generally the genre of this. But in America, it's much seems to be that our heritage in the Wild West it was more noble to die of a gunshot wound. So streets of Laredo, guys dying because basically bad behavior and getting shot. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, ready, begin.